What's going on, what's gang? I hope y'all day going great. I hope you staying blessed, and I hope you staying motivated, because right now we got another tutorial. So you guys are going to want to stay motivated for this tutorial, because you know what, you guys are going to see some of my mistakes and some of my highs, but at the end of the day, this haircut definitely came out clean. We got an undercut for you guys. It was about mid fade all the way around, and you know what, I feel like we definitely got some good tips in here for you guys. This is an older video. I recorded back when I was kind of not first in the shop, but not towards the end of me being in the shop, right in the middle, man. But can I just say for a second, because we ain't just gonna speed past this. You guys haven't seen me in a little bit, right? This whole coronavirus thing going on, man. Like what's going on with that? All right, like really, what's going on? Literally, guys. Something I have that has recently came up is I literally had to leave the shop. You know, the owner was still asking for booth rent, but there was no clients coming in because nobody really wanted to come get their haircut, because it's like, what do you need to look good for? There's no school, a lot of people are out of work, man, and we're just really cramped up at the crib. So a lot of people weren't getting haircuts, which means really my clientele was down, and I really wasn't making money like that. So I just pretty much yanked my stuff out the shop, and I had to leave. You know, I had to make that decision until this blows over. Probably gonna be doing house calls and cutting back in the crib for a little bit, until this pretty much blows over. When this blows over, I'm definitely gonna find another shop, get back in another shop, and we about to go ahead and get back in this shop life, man. You already know what it is. You know, this was game. We ain't stopping the grind for nothing. Coronavirus, the only thing that's stopping this grind, man, the only thing stopping, you know, us from reaching where we want to be as an entrepreneur, as a man / woman, and just as, you know, just I even forgot what I'm talking about. Woods gang, it's time to go ahead and hop into this tutorial. So right here we are just going ahead and combing everything into place, you know, getting our canvas ready, getting our canvas ready for the guidelines, our lines to set us up for this fade. So right here you just want to make sure everything is combed straight into place. Alright, so right here I got my one guard on my wall premium guards, and I'm using my Gold FX clipper, and I'm basically just going with the grain, knocking all this bulk out, just to prepare it so we can set up for our guidelines. Alright, so right here we're gonna set in our first ball guideline with our Gold FX trimmers. Now this right here, this guideline is gonna set in the shape for our fade. So this is why we want to kind of contour it to the head, drop it in certain areas, or do what we gotta do to make it look good on our client's head. Sometimes you can't just put a straight line, you know, going across the head, because that just, it kind of adds to the average, you know, barber look. You know, average barber is gonna put just a straight line rather than, you know, curving the line, making it fit for his client. And right here I was just making sure that it's even on both sides, so my fade is not higher than the other. Alright, so right here we're just gonna get this razor ball. So right here I got my Andis Profile shavers. You know, I had a little tongue twister there. You know, the Profile shavers, and I'm really just getting it as bald as possible, making sure I don't take it up too high all the way to the line I set with my trimmers. You want to keep it a little bit of room between the line you set with your trimmers and the baldness, if that makes sense. Alright, so here's my real fading system, okay? So I have my Gold FX clipper, and I like to open the lever all the way open, and I set this 1-inch guideline all around the head, making sure I do make it a little bit thicker in the back because the density of the hair is usually higher in the back. So I really want to open up that guideline even more than what I do on the sides, because the size density of the hair is usually a little bit lower. So to match that, you just open it, make the guideline a tad bit bigger in the back, and then after I set in that whole guideline around the entire head, I drop the notch down to 2, which is halfway, and then I flick, making sure I'm not going up all the way to where I set in with my lever all the way open. Then I like to drop it down all the way close and then flick out that bottom line. I'm gonna, I'm gonna try to still walk you guys through it, but that's usually my system for this part of the fade. Alright, so this is where I drop my lever to the second notch, which is halfway. Now this is where I'm making sure I'm not going all the way up to where I set it in with my lever all the way open. As you guys can see, I'm not going up that high. I'm making sure I'm staying right in this certain section, making sure I'm not going any higher, and making sure I'm not getting too afraid to, actually go into the hair. And I think right here is where I actually close my lever completely. Now I'm flicking, using my corners. I really don't stay in my lever halfway for too long, but when I close my lever, I tend to start lever playing in that area though a little bit, making sure I'm playing with the fade a little bit, making sure I'm not being too constrained to the steps, and I'm also just being loose, have that confidence, I know what I'm taking off, and I know what I'm doing. All right, YouTube. So this is where I feel like I made my mistake, and also I feel like I made it when I was debulking a little bit. So I could say this because this is an older video, and I wasn't really recognizing hair density. So the hair right there, like closer to the lineup, was less dense, and I should have recognized that, and I should have did more of a try to flick that line out type technique. And I also should have recognized it when I was debulking, and made sure I was a little bit more lighter in that area rather than really going in on it, like how I should have did in the back rather than the sides. So you make mistakes and you learn from it, but that's where my mistake was, is I should have recognized the hair densities, and I could have left that area a little bit darker, and the overall look without enhancements would have looked really better. So it's just recognizing that. But right here, my lever's all the way open on my Andis Masters. So one guard, and I'm really just flicking up, just trying not to, I'm really not trying to use another guard. So I'm I'm going up higher, but I'm also scooping and making sure I'm coming away from the head, so I'm not taking off that much hair when I keep going up. And I pretty much do this all around the head, and yeah, you guys are gonna see that was my mistake in this haircut.
Pick up the phone.
Alright, so when it comes to his hair texture, I don't really like using the half guard. Now I kind of recognize this, and I kind of started taking off the half guard and just opening up the lever completely, and really just using more of my corners and really flicking harder, because I feel like with this kind of hair texture, the half guard wasn't really doing much. So you know, that's the great part though about the Anders Master though, is that the comb is a little bit longer, and you can start really using just, you know, without using a guard, you can still get pretty high in your fade. So you guys are gonna recognize that I do end up taking off my guard. I'm just really gonna use more of my lever all the way open on my Anders Master. That's my Alright, so it's pretty much just the same steps as the other side, so I'll just let you guys just watch this one. Alright, so basically, as you guys can see, this cut needs some serious detailing, man. Like, if I were to just let my client get up like this, man, it ain't going down like that. Alright, so it's time to set us apart, you know, really set in and detail this blend and try to get it as good as we can get it. Alright, so now it's time to go ahead and get this lineup together. So we're basically going to bring it down with a one guard close. Going with the grain on the hairline. And then basically I like to spray some hairspray, or what I like to use mostly though, what I usually use is liquid razor. I don't know, I feel like, you know, I feel like it just works better for me. It doesn't clog up my clippers like that, so I like using liquid razor. And then I just blow dry it in, and then we're about to get busy. Alright, now that we prepared this lineup, we got the lineup ready. Now it's time to go ahead and just go in, man. I got my Gold FX trimmers, and I'm setting up my vertical bars. I'm setting up one vertical bar, then I move to the other, making sure I match them up to make sure that they are both symmetrical. After that's done, pretty much you can visualize a front hairline. I start in the middle, work my way to one side, then I match that side with the other, and it's pretty much matched up because both vertical bars are already symmetrical. So it makes it real easy. So if you guys are struggling on your front lineups and vertical bars or any of that, I recommend starting with the vertical bars first. It helped me out a lot. Also, guys, I did forget to show the enhancements. So after, you know, I show the C cup, that'll be, you know, it'll be time to show y'all the finished product. So let's go ahead and let's show y'all the before, and we're gonna get into the after. Alright, what's gang? So this is the cut, and you know what? Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. I really want to hear what you guys thought about it. I'm sorry I couldn't get the enhancements for you guys, but you know what? There will be other videos where I get to show you guys how I basically throw down with my enhancements, making sure we get y'all pictures Instagram ready and get y'all some more clientele. You already know what it is. We all about getting this bag. But you know what, Wiz gang? You already know what it is. Stay blessed, stay up, and stay motivated. You already know what it is. This is Woods, and I'm out.